of ways you can manipulate this data. We will report the aggregates they report, but we'll also report to you the numbers that others are apparently not going to report. That's not an agenda. That again, is math. Meanwhile, the cost of this, regardless of what you think the numbers will be or really are, they keep ballooning, and this could be why. The healthcare exchange in Colorado reportedly shelling out $318 million in legal fees, some going to lawyers raking in $575 an hour. Not bad. There's still another $20 million just requested to implement critical pieces of the Affordable Care Act. Then on top of that, $677 million already obligated and allocated for the health care law website. That seems to be working like a charm. And then $684 million to promote the law. So much for this.
I will not sign a plan that adds one dime to our deficits, either now or in the future.
But you just did. Sabrina Schaefer, help.
I'm laughing, but I'm sorry because I know it's so serious. I shouldn't be.
It's amazing because we already know this is costing a lot more. And by the way, right, Republican Democratic President George Bush's prescription drug program, good intention, got wildly bad. What started out, it was going to be a $65 billion measure, quickly ballooned to a $400 billion or many-year disaster before they tried to get a handle on it. The bottom line is this is typical. And anyone who has some knowledge of government initiatives knows that it was unrealistic at best to say that it wouldn't be.
That's exactly right. Look, the government, Republican, Democrat, they're not known for bargain hunting, right? But this president said that this bill was going to cost $900 billion over the next 10 years, and now looks like it's closer to $2.6 trillion. You mentioned a few of the things: $684 million for advertising, almost $700 million for the website. What about some of the state exchanges? Maryland, $261 million for their state exchange website. We know that, like you said, they're spending hundreds of dollars an hour on lawyers' fees. These are not people who are looking for a better deal or how they could save money. It's just one new number to add to the pile every day, it seems like.
I always liken it when you deal with contractors. Not any that I personally involve work with me. They're all wonderful, honest folks right out of the Vatican. But I always tend to pad the figures they give me by another 10% at a minimum. And then unexpected costs developed. And look at this, Neil, we have a lunar eclipse. We didn't plan on that lunar eclipse. And then you pay for that. So 10, 20% even. But we took a figure that has now tripled, and it's barely out the gate. It has tripled.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think this is why this is a great argument for why government should not be in business, right? It certainly should not be in the business of health care because there are real costs, right? There's advertising costs, there's legal fees, but unlike in the private marketplace where you have revenue coming in and then you just determine how much you spend on advertising, the government doesn't have money of its own, right? So it's taking it from you and from me. It's taking it from other legitimate businesses out there to pay for their business. This is simply inefficient. It's unfair. It doesn't make any sense from an economic perspective.
You said it far more eruditely than I did without doing any Abbott and Costello references, which I admire, Sabrina. Thank you very, very much. Sabrina Schaefer. In the meantime, busted for